and welcome to Die Rolling.
He's Adam.
And he's Jamie. And the man behind the camera is Will. But we don't talk about Will. So, what are we doing today, Jamie?
So, what we're doing is we are doing the first in our series of lunchbox specials.
Jamie, what is a lunchbox special?
Well, you and I, we work together.
Are you talking to me because you're looking at the camera and you're...
Oh no, I'm talking to you, sorry.
So you're looking at the camera but talking to me.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
very confusing.
You and I, we work together and we play board games at lunch.
We do.
But we've also introduced others to our hobby.
Okay.
And they're not board gamers. They're not going to go into a board game shop and buy a board game. But they do enjoy playing board games with us.
So what is a lunchbox special, Jamie?
So, a lunchbox special for me has 4 key attributes. Number 1, it's got to be easy to set up. You've got to be able to get the game to the table, explain the rules, and do that within 45 minutes. Number 2, it's got to be small in size. It's got to be able to fit into a locker or a container, and it's got to be able to be playable on a table in your typical breakout zone. Breakout zone, that thing?
Sure.
Sure.
Why not?
3, price. It's got to be reasonably priced. You're not going to be dragging a £100 board game into work. You're probably looking about 20 to 30 quid. And 4, most importantly, it's got to be fun. It's got to be entertaining, and it's got to be easy for somebody who isn't a board gamer to be able to access and play.
What are you doing?
Die Rolling.
That's the name of the show. Hi again. Right, so we have brought some games along for our lunchbox specials.
Our lunchbox games. What game did you bring?
Well, it's about the size of a lunchbox. This is Dragoon. It is a game for 2 to 4 players. It takes around 40 to 60 minutes to play, including setup and teardown. And it's for 10-year-olds plus. So if there's any 9-year-olds working in your place of work, they can't play this game.
No.
You're a bunch of dragons. You're fighting each other. You'd want to get 50 gold, and it's a bit strategic, a bit more of a learning curve than some other games, but it's quite fun to play.
It is a fun game. However, I brought King of Tokyo.
What's King of Tokyo, Jamie?
King of Tokyo is a dice rolling game. The only thing you've got to learn is how to roll dice, do some cards, but most importantly, just become the King of Tokyo.
Okay.
And you get some points for being in Tokyo at the end of.
And it seems to have a kind of monster, kind of Godzilla-y theme there, or kaiju.
It does, and I think this is quite a good game because it's quite relatable. If you've ever seen something like Pacific Rising or Pacific Rim, even.
Uprising. Pacific Rim Uprising.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll be here to correct him.
Yeah.
Every step of the way.
But yeah, no, it's a great game. I've enjoyed it. I really like playing it. My initial thoughts, though, comparison to Dragoon, is that this is quite a big game. That is quite a small game. And in my drawer, I could fit 2 small games in comparison to the one big game.
Okay. Well, shall we go out and give him a go? We'll let Will out of his cage so he can come and play this with us. You can set it up.
You set it up. You set it up. No, I insist you set it up.
Okay, I'll set it up. So, we're not going to tell you how to play this game because we don't know. No, it's because there's various other people out there more charismatic and handsome than Jamie who can actually tell you these things in more detail. So, I'll give you a general brief overview of what this game is. You are monsters. You are trying to get to 20 victory points. To do that, you need to be in Tokyo. You do this by rolling dice, beating up whoever's in Tokyo to kick them out of Tokyo, moving yourself into Tokyo, and by the end of the game, someone, preferably me, is King of Tokyo.
That's what happens, Will. I told you.
Just don't gang on people.
Don't gang on people.
Right, it's your turn then.
Do.
So we
It's
got...
my turn. Right, I need 15. But before I do that, I'm going to discard this
Oh,
for 4. So I only need one point for victory.
who brought this game?
Oh man, right, okay, well what am I going to do here?
That's 2 damage.
2 damage. I'll take 2 damage here, and right, okay, I'll keep that 3. I'm going to roll out and try and roll 4 3s. Oh man, so you take 3 damage.
You get another roll. You only
Let's roll that for 1.
Oh! Do you know, I'm gonna take the damage. 5, 4, 3. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just stay in Tokyo. Is it my turn?
It is.
Right. Oh well, I'm in Tokyo, so boom, 20 victory points. And that's how you play King of Tokyo.
Adam.
What's up?
Now you see me. No, you don't.
Okay, so your time to set up Dragoon begins now. Cool. Will.
Cool. I'm gonna be a thief.
Draw a card.
Oh, do I have to?
Yep.
I'm
What
gonna
was
be
it
a
saying?
thief though. I'm gonna be a thief.
What's that do?
Steal a card from a player of my choice. I'm gonna take one of yours.
Always you. Always you.
If you're taking that one,
And then I'm
why are
going
you taking on
to.
me?
I'm then going to play Vigor. I'm going to get another action.
So you got 4 actions now.
Yeah. And I'm going to. I'm going to lay waste. And I'm going to move. So wherever I touch, so wherever I village I stand on, is automatically destroyed, and I earn gold for each one I encounter.
Okay. You know they're your cities, right?
Yeah, but we're doing it.
Okay, so that's
Claiming that.
you already claimed them. So
Gold.
you're
We're
just
claiming the gold. We're destroying them and claiming the gold.
Okay, so that's 4 for that, and then 2 for this.
Yeah. Boom. Game over.
Get back in your cage.
Go.
Go on.
Just leave.
Hello. So
Hello.
we have just finished playing King of Tokyo and Dragoon.
Both astounding lunchtime games in my opinion.
Astounding games from Jamie Gray here. So yes, both of them really good games to play at lunchtime. So out of the 2, shall we go through the different criteria we had and then come up with which one is
Yeah,
best
so
out of the 2?
we have 4 key criteria. One is about the setup time and the learning curve, the size, and more importantly, the fun factor.
Yes. So, okay, so with regards to setup time, King of Tokyo wins that one. It would took
By
just,
a country mile.
yeah, just over a minute. Dragoon took probably about 2 minutes to set up after we'd actually gone back over and had a look at some
But
of
I
the
think
rules
that's unfair because we knew how to play both these games and we set them up before. And I think if you've just bought this game and you're going to bring it
That's very true.
to the table for the first time, that's going to take you longer. But once you've played it a few times, I think
Yeah.
you can set this game
That's
up
actually a
in
really
minutes.
valid point there,
Yeah.
Jamie, because the rulebook for King of Tokyo is 4 pages long,
Yeah.
and the setup is done in a couple of sentences.
Yeah.
Whereas the Dragoon one, I think it's probably about 16 pages in there. It's a smaller book, but it's still, it's a very valid point.
And there's a lot to take in.
Yeah, there's quite a lot to
Yeah.
take in, which comes into the next part, which is learning curve and the kind of audience that you want to have for your lunchbox special game.
So I think if we think about the people that you're going to play these games with, they're going to be your work colleagues, they might be your friends, but they're not necessarily going to be board gamers. So with that in mind, I'm looking at the 2 games and I'm thinking, I love playing Dragoon, but I think King of Tokyo is easier to explain.
I think it's a lot more accessible to anyone. Anyone can pick up this game and play it really. Dragoon is a more strategic game, so yeah, it does you have to spend a bit of time with this game to actually get the most out of it. So next was size, right?
Size. And size is important.
Well, it's how you use your games that matter.
So for me, it's too big.
The board game.
Yeah.
Yes, the board game is too big. I would say, I don't know, it's not the biggest board game out there. You could easily put this in a drawer or hide it behind a potted plant, or,
But
anywhere in your work, really.
It's probably on the fringe for me for a lunchbox game.
It's a fringe game.
It's a fringe game for
Okay.
the size.
Yes, whereas Dragoon is actually the size of a
Of a
lunchbox,
lunchbox.
and it comes with its own board, which is a mat, which you can use to wipe the crumbs off, or clear up any messes, or leave next to the toilet in case of emergency. And finally, was the fun.
The fun.
The fun, the reason you play games.
Funnest game for me is King of Tokyo. Love it. I think it's a great game. I think it's fast paced. I think there's the action. I think you're really gonna get into that.
Is funnest a word?
Funnest,
Most fun?
most fun.
I would agree with you that tonight, out of the 2 games, I would say I had the most fun with King of Tokyo because I won it, whereas Will won Dragoon, which meant I didn't enjoy it. No, I'm joking. King of Tokyo, I think, was a lot more enjoyable, and there was a lot more kind of fast-paced action, whereas Dragoon was a little bit of a slower kind of game because we're all taking our time to try and figure out how to defeat Will, and he ended up defeating us.
That said, I feel like we're slightly picking on Dragoon, and actually, in another review, I think it was scored quite highly. Because I actually really do enjoy that game.
It's a really well kind of balanced game.
Yeah.
It's always fun when we do play this at lunchtimes. Even Will has to play. But yeah, I'd say Dragoon is a fantastic game in its own right.
Yeah.
But for the criteria that we're going for today, yeah. So I think we've made a decision here.
King of Tokyo.
Yeah. So, it's kind of rating time now, right?
It is, but you think that we're going to rate it out of 10.
Okay, so earlier you said and you were talking to me, but who was you? Do they think we're gonna?
They think we're going to rate this out of 10.
Right.
And you think we're going to rate it
What?
out
We're
of 10.
not rating out of 10?
No, I don't think we should rate it out of 10.
Oh, what madness is this?
Well, I think that when you look at a board game, it's individual. And it's really easy to compare them against each other, but it's really subjective and it's really individual. So what I would like to do is introduce a new concept of just randomly picking a dice out of the bag and scoring it against that dice.
And none of this was pre-planned. Let's find out what dice is today.
So, for this one, the King of Tokyo, we're going to score it against a D20.
Amazing. So,
Do you know what? I'd mark it around a 15.
okay, I think that's fair. So, like we say, we're not comparing this with other board games out there. We're not saying that this is a solid 15 compared to all the other board games out there. This is just for this evening's kind of.
I think so, yeah. And I don't
Comparison
want
between these two games, I'd say it's about a 15.
And if you're now watching this after this channel's been alive for about 3 years and we've got loads of things and you suddenly found it and you're going, oh, but you just rated this really awesome game and you just given that a 15.
If you're there going, yeah, what's up, lad? Like 15, but this other game that's like much better. What are you talking about, man?
We're rating this game at this time, in this context, 15 out of 20.
See you on the forums.
That rolling.
And now for Dragoon.
Can I do the honest?
Sure.
Another D20.
Here's a D20. So, now we obviously can't rate this higher than the other game for the purposes of this evening. So I'd probably go for a 13.
13? Maybe 14.
Okay, it's probably, let's go for a 14 there, because it is, in its own right, it's a really good game. It's a great strategy game, but for the purposes of tonight, it was just pipped to the post by King of Tokyo.
It's now 20 because I won.
So we're going to, what are we doing?
Look, I'm the King of Tokyo now. Where's the crown?
We are
Die rolling!
catch us on
Instagram,
Facebook
but not necessarily.
in that order.
Don't forget to subscribe!
Shut up, Will!